Prepare to immerse yourselves in the shadows of an enigma that resonates through time. On September 7, 1972, the heart of Mexico City, the bustling Tacubaya metro station, became the stage for a harrowing disappearance. Rosario Sanchez Sierra, a girl of only 8 years old, vanished into the crowd while walking hand in hand with her mother. Imagine the despair, the anguish of a mother who, for a moment of carelessness amidst the chaos of rush hour, lost her most precious being. Feel the cold apprehension that hung in the air at that instant, a foreshadowing of a mystery that to this day remains shrouded in silence and uncertainty. Still, unsettling questions dance in the shadows of this narrative. What really happened in that fleeting moment at the Tacubaya station? Where was little Rosario taken, swallowed by the crowd or by something more sinister? What dark secrets lie hidden in the corridors of that busy station? This episode is an invitation to explore the depths of this enigma, to feel the emotional weight of an inexplicable loss, and to question what has never been answered. Hello everyone, welcome to the True Crime Files Investigations channel. If you are a lover of real criminal stories, get ready for an exciting marathon. Every week, we will explore shocking and remarkable cases, the most complex and intriguing ones, with an in-depth analysis of the details and motivations behind each event, which leads us to question human nature. Subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos, and ensure you're always up to date with our exclusive content. Leave your like to strengthen our community and motivate me to bring more and more impactful and unprecedented stories. Get ready to discover the backstage of the crime world, learn about the failures of the judicial system and the stories of victims fighting for justice. Welcome to an investigative and emotional journey. I count on you on this journey. The truth is about to be revealed. So, fasten your seatbelts, because the investigation begins now. In the incessant commotion of September 7, 1972, the Tacubaya metro station, a pulsating heart of transport in the vast Mexico City, witnessed an event that would echo in the shadows of time. Amidst the constant flow of passengers, a girl of just 8 years old, Rosario Sanchez Sierra, was walking hand in hand with her mother. That moment, routine for so many, would soon transform into a silent nightmare. The station, known for its immense popularity and overcrowding, especially during peak hours, made the task of staying together a constant challenge. And it was precisely in that human chaos, in that tide of hurried bodies, that little Rosario inevitably let go of her mother's hand. In the next moment, maternal panic tore through the air as she desperately searched for her in the crowd, each unfamiliar face increasing her piercing anguish. Little Rosario, suddenly engulfed by a wave of strangers, felt the oppressive weight of the crowd surrounding her. With her heart racing, she desperately tried to find her mother's familiar face amidst that labyrinthine confusion, but her efforts were in vain. The icy panic and an overwhelming despair seized her small being, generating a helpless fury that prevented her from reasoning clearly. In that instant of extreme vulnerability, the girl found herself lost and abandoned in a vast and somber place. The mother, consumed by affliction, alerted the authorities, who promptly joined the search. A note detailing the girl's disappearance was printed on the pages of the capital's newspaper, with the hope that someone had seen her. The searches intensified, meticulously sweeping both the metro facilities and the surroundings of the Tacubaya station. But the silence persisted. The girl remained inexplicably absent. The newspaper closely followed Rosario's agonizing case, and with each passing day without news, hope faded. One of the police officers involved in the investigation confessed to fearing the worst. In his notes, he recorded a macabre discovery in the dark tunnels of the metro. Mutilated mortal remains of people, apparently homeless individuals, emerged from the darkness, their bodies marked by inexplicable wounds and animal bites. The fear that a criminal was at large and that the next victim would be little Rosario hung in the air like a sinister shadow. As the hours turned into days, hunger and thirst began to torture Rosario's small body. Fear kept her hidden in the dark bowels of the tunnels, not knowing where to go or whom to ask for help. Wandering through the somber corridors, she noticed the constant movement of rodents. Observing them attentively, she learned where she could move more safely. Constant danger taught her to move in the dark without hesitation. After a few days of terrifying isolation, Rosario witnessed a shocking episode. A homeless man, apparently trying to enter the tunnels, fell onto the tracks, suffering serious injuries, including an open fracture of his ankle. Death reached him quickly. The rats, attracted by the unmistakable smell of blood, approached the inert body and began to gnaw at it. The scene, of indescribable brutality, awakened in Rosario a primitive survival instinct. Unable to endure the intense hunger and thirst, she approached the body and severed the man's foot, already almost detached by the rodents. In that moment of extreme despair, the girl committed an unthinkable act, feeding on the corpse to satisfy her pressing need. This terrible experience allowed Rosario to survive the following days. Despite learning to navigate that underground labyrinth, the girl did not seek help. Adapted to the darkness and sepulchral silence, she waited for the last train of the night to complete its journey so she could move freely through the tunnels. The rodents became her only companions, and the struggle for survival shaped her new and somber reality. As the days passed, some metro passengers reported to the authorities having seen a small, shadowy figure who had attacked and killed a homeless man near the tracks. For the investigators, the story seemed unbelievable. How could a child take the life of an adult? However, the discovery of the mortal remains of two homeless individuals in the tunnels, with severed limbs and marks of animal bites and, surprisingly, human bites, cast a shadow of doubt on their initial convictions. Incredibly, the connection between Rosario's disappearance and these terrifying discoveries did not immediately occur to them. The search for Rosario continued tirelessly until September 22nd. It was then that she was found in the labyrinthine depths of the metro tunnels, where she had remained hidden for long and terrifying days. When questioned about her whereabouts, Rosario reported that, fearing she would never find her mother again, she decided to venture into the darkness of the tunnels, where she had hidden, terrified of the people who had separated her from her family. When asked how she had survived so long without food, her confession chilled the investigators' blood. She described, with a disturbing calmness and a lost innocence, the need she felt to feed on the body of the homeless man who had fallen onto the tracks. Seeing the rats feasting on the corpse awakened in her an uncontrollable animal instinct, leading her to imitate their repulsive behavior. It is believed that the extreme loneliness, the oppressive darkness, and the survival instinct taken to the limit caused little Rosario to lose her reason at that moment, leading her to commit atrocious acts against other homeless individuals who sought refuge in those underground passages. The authorities released disturbing information. The missing girl had found refuge in the sinister labyrinths of the Tacubaya metro station tunnels. There, immersed in a suffocating darkness, she learned the cruel art of survival. The piercing hunger, which tormented her for countless days, forced her to a desperate act, feeding on the homeless who sought shelter in those somber passages to spend the night. The first victim found by the police showed horrifying signs of mutilation, with the left ankle completely severed from the body. In her chilling statement, the minor reported having been trapped inside the metro after being separated from her mother in the crowd, seeking refuge in the welcoming darkness of those tunnels. After an uncertain time, she witnessed a tragic accident. A vagrant fell onto the tracks, suffering severe injuries. The man did not survive his injuries, succumbing to death. In a short time, a horde of hungry rats gathered to devour the flesh and blood of his inert body. With no other alternative in sight, and driven by an unbearable hunger, the girl tore off the man's foot, which was already precariously attached to his body due to the rodent's bites. In an act of primal desperation, she ate and drank his blood, as dehydration consumed her. Faced with the minor's shocking statement, the authorities considered the possibility that she suffered from a severe mental disorder, believing that her actions were motivated purely by the instinctive struggle for survival. The certainty that she had murdered other people was never established. However, due to her childlike fragility, Rosario was admitted to a psychiatric hospital, where she spent the rest of her days under the care of her mother, who passed away in 1997. During her internment, she did not exhibit violent behavior, although disturbing suspicions arose about her possible involvement in the murder of one of the hospital nurses. Without conclusive evidence, the case remained shrouded in mystery. Rosario Sanchez Jr. passed away in her bed in the year 2010, and her dark past became just a story. For many, it is nothing more than a macabre legend, but it will forever remain etched in the dark history of Mexico, one of the sinister secrets that the dark bowels of public transportation insist on keeping. Thank you so much for watching this story. Your presence and support are essential for me to continue creating quality content. So, if you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any new episodes. Your subscription and comments are fundamental for me to keep bringing quality content. Leave your opinion in the comments, always with respect for the victims, and together let's build an even better community. Thank you so much for following my work, and I'll see you in the next episode.